They're having fun, Jace. They're enjoying their footy. They love playing with their mates, and it's certainly showing on this scoreboard.
And they've got a game plan, which they are executing at the moment. It's 3-2 as we get set for the second term at Icon Park. Moody in the ruck against Ree Watt. Moody gets the tap. Dalton goes hunting at ground level. It spills backwards to Prasparkas. She handballs it off to Moody. Free kick Blues again. Tackle lingering on Maddie Prasparkas, who's up to her 11th possession. Vesely's had 7 for the Saints and Patrikios 6. At the moment, Prasparkas and Egan getting plenty of the football. Kick inside 50. Dillon at the back. Slow to get up there is Kelly O'Neill for the Saints. Phillips feeds it back to Fitzpatrick. Phillips now hit hard in a rib-rattling tackle from Katie Loynes. That's Kelly O'Neill still down. So the Saints will be one short in defence as Loynes goes inside 50. Front and centre was G. Well read as well there by Lucas Rod, and here's O'Neill hobbling to the bench. So again, the Saints will be one player down, and oh, that's a really heavy landing for Kelly O'Neill. Off the hands of the contest. Dangerous time here for the St Kilda defence. They get the football through Drennan. She received from Watt, dribbled to defensive 50. Shearlaw kept her feet. Handball off to Mackie back in the side this week. Her handball went searching. It was cut off by Sarah Hosking. At ground level coming through hard there was Exon. She did well. She wanted the football, but nowhere to go once she got it.
I just want to have another look at this hit from Katie Loynes, the Carlton co-captain. She really does lead from the front and leads by example for her side. That was a brilliant tackle. She
is a battering ram. Here's Dalton, who's been really impressive as well. And there's Loynes again with another tackle on Dillon. There's two of the tough nuts of the competition, Katie Loynes and Rosie Dillon head-to-head.
And I tell you what, you know when you've played Katie Loynes as well. She's one of the best girls off the field, but when you're out there as a player, oh...
I get sore just calling her abs.
Yes,
I don't even need to play against her. Free kick. It's going St Kilda's way. And it's Ree Watt for a block in the ruck contest. Gives it off to Dillon. She'll go wide towards Greiser. Wilson, and going back with courage with Sarah Hosking. She'll switch laterally to Lalawifi. And now Harrington, and they set up the switch beautifully here because Harrington can go on to Plain, and then Plain can go down the line to Edwards if she's quick. The kick will pitch just in front. Jess will get there first. Shearlaw takes her down, doesn't stick the tackle. Free kick, Jess Edwards. But again, a conscious setup there from the Blues to switch play. Shearlaw did enough to hold her up. Kick down the line. Will pitch just inside. Fitzpatrick feeds it back. McAvoy comes in, lays a tackle on Watt, then goes hunting the football. It'll spill to Patrikios. Clever little kick. Finds McDonald. Molly McDonald backward of the wing. Goes for territory down the line. 2-on-2. Mackie stayed down at the back. She'll receive from Shearlaw. Gets it forward to Zenos. Good tackle from Plain. Takes her to the line as we head down to Jack.
Yeah, half at quarter time, all business, asking the group to adjust and give them more marking options other than Hosking up forward, and certainly half on the bench right now, very animated indeed.
Yeah, they're in a game, aren't they, Jack? There's a real contest at the moment. The Saints serving it up to Carlton right now. An intense-looking Daniel Harford as Dillon kicks towards half forward. It'll spill over the back of the contest. Harrington again read it superbly. And with composure to Dalton, who's only got one speed. She just gets it and goes. Awkward bounce, well controlled there by Fitzpatrick. Lost her footing. Walker came in. Shannon put some pressure on her. Vesely waiting for it to pop out. It goes in the Stevens direction. She runs Dillon down. Drennan in one direction, G the other. Drennan did well. Got it to Lucas Rod, and good use. Finds Exon. Exon will go in the Shearlaw direction. She'll go up in front of Harrington, did well. Lalawifi comes bursting through, couldn't quite control it. Here's Exon again. Can she find a target? She can, it's Mackie. And Emma Mackie has it, the veteran. 30 metres out from goal, 45-degree angle. And good forward half pressure from the Saints.
It was a great beat-up by St Kilda, and as you mentioned, the defence from their high half forwards was excellent, and Peter will be really pleased with that. So we've got Emma Mackie with a shot on goal.
Chance to kick her first goal for the Saints. She floats it across the face. It might work out. It'll drop short to the front of the goal square. Egan's there for the Blues. Greiser lurking as well. Greiser picks it up, gets boot to ball. Dangerous position. Mackie might get another chance. Play on, it was touched off the boot. Harrington, Prespakis. Can the Blues work their way out of this one? Harrington will go to a 2-on-1. That'll suit Johnson. And she'll mark 55 from goal. She'll look up, bring it inboard, a couple of options. Doesn't hit either of them, but it'll spill for Drennan. Drennan tries to get onto her right boot, attacks the goal square, but once again, Charlotte Wilson in the best spot for the Blues. Wilson into the path of Plain. Taken high by Greiser.
This is good by Plain. If she looks up, she's got every player on the ground in St Kilda's forward half. So if they can just have some composure here and allow their teammates to push down it and really open the ground again, it'll allow them a better passage to play.
And Harrington and Prespakis set up to do exactly that. Maddie thought about the switch back. In the end, she went in the Dalton direction. Patrikios got there to break it up. Some confusion amongst the St Kilda players. Drennan got it to Shannon. Walker comes in for the Blues to force a contest. And they'll set up for a stoppage. 55 out from the St Kilda goal as McAvoy comes off for a rest. Been quiet. Hasn't had a touch yet, Lucy McAvoy. Prespakis has had plenty. That's her 13th. But only as far as Lucas Rod, who's really playing that anchor role in defence superbly for St Kilda.
Karen Harrington's up to 12 as well. So it just shows the mountain of work that she's doing in defence at the moment, with St Kilda really pushing forward hard.
Lucas Rod went to Shearlaw. Hard work there from Phillips at ground level, won the football for the Saints. Brown kicked across her body. There's going to be a free kick. It's going Carlton's way for a shove in the back. It's going back to Vesio. So a more defensive struggle early in this second term as both sides recalibrate at quarter time and tighten up a little. They both know what the other team's trying to do. And that kick from Wilson, not a good one. Finds Vesely. Can the Saints make her pay? It was touched off the Vesely boot. Vesio into the Egan path. And that'll be a throw in. Egan just managed to get there before the line. So a scrappy couple of minutes of football here as things start to tighten up into a new phase of this contest. Downey and Kelly. Let's head boundary side. Ali Drennan's on the boundary for the Saints. Alison, thanks for your time.
Yeah, no worries.
What are you making of the contest so far?
Oh, it's pretty heated out there, isn't it?
It sure is. It feels like at the moment we've moved into another phase. Both sides just starting to lock down a little bit more. It was quite free-flowing in the opening term, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think we let them get a little bit of space in that first one. And now we're starting to lock down on defence a little bit more. And it's, I think it's working in our favour a little bit, which is good.
So you generally play quite a defensive game, but in that first quarter we saw a really high, approach in attack. So are you saying that stopped in the second quarter? You've gone more defensive again?
Yeah, we've just got a real focus where we're trying to stop them get their uncontested possessions around the ground, because whenever they work the ball wide, it seems to really hurt us. So, yeah, just trying to lock that down.
It's an interesting tactical battle. Ali, thanks for your time. We'll let you get back into it.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you.
Prespakis towards Walker. And it is interesting just how aware all the players are of exactly what is trying to be done tactically, not only for their team, but the other team as well. G had an air swing, and they pile it on top. And she's going to be punished, holding the football. Free kick Saints. And the philosophy previously has been 90% of the time as Tilly Lucas-Rod turns it over to Brazzali. She'll kick it high up inside 50 again. Shannon got underneath it, couldn't take the mark. Kelly at ground level scraps for the Saints. G wraps her up. 90% of time and effort has been on your own game plan in AFLW, Abs, but that's starting to change. Teams are starting to become much more shrewd about what the other team is trying to do.
It really is, and we saw Half against Adelaide last week. He admitted to me at the airport, he said, Abs, we really focused on their game and tried to break them down and combat Adelaide's performance.
Greiser belts it long, turns the Carlton defence around. Lalawifi's got speed. Good effort from Shearlaw. Lalawifi thought her way through it nicely and found Plain.
And that's a far cry, isn't it, Jace, from, that cliche response of we're just focusing on our own performance and controlling the controllables from our end.
Vesio brilliant on the bounce. Good effort there, though, from Priest to stay with her. Gave it off to Stevens. Bouncing football inside 50. Out comes Walker. Turns. Wants an option. Wants a right boot. Steps through traffic and just puts it across the face. Minor score, the first of the evening, to Brooke Walker. Trying to create something out of nothing.
She's up to 4 touches, is Brooke Walker, but they're quality touches. She's really creative when she gets ball in hand and is quite important for them in that forward half.
Lucas Rod to Shannon. Shannon off the side of her boot. Carlton ball. So midway through this second term, 5 minutes remaining. It's the Blues by 7 points. And Brazzali to send them back inside 50 once again. Through the hands of the contest, over the back. Blues have got some numbers. It's Walker again. She's immediately wrapped up by Shannon. Spills out the back. Johnson to Priest. Pressure came from Vesio. Forced the kick out of bounds on the full. So the Blues will get another repeat entry. Nat Plain with the football. Congested forward 50 for the Blues. Harris in the middle of that pack.
I'll tell you what, Jace, I was about 2 seconds away from saying, where's Taylor Harris or Darcy Vesio? Because I felt like they were just going to do something special. And there you go, on song, Taylor Harris with a beautiful contested mark. It's one of her weapons, isn't it? She's so great in the air and at ground level as well.
#1 contested mark in the competition. Taylor Harris now, can she finish and open up a buffer for the Blues? She can. It was a long time coming in this second term. It was a defensive struggle. And the Blues get the opening goal of the second quarter, and it's out to a 13-point lead. Contested marks are hard to come by in AFLW, Abs, so when you've got players like Taylor Harris who can take them, they're just so valuable.
#1 in the competition is Taylor Harris, and gosh, I just knew that she was going to do something pretty special there, and well done to Taylor.
Dillon out of the middle for the Saints. Can they respond? Here's Greiser from 15, 10, goal! Saints respond in an instant. Greiser gets a second. And the Saints with the quick answer. She is a special talent, Caitlin Greiser.
What a year she's having. She's so strong in the body. She's got a brilliant leg on her. Can kick 50, we've seen that.
Another clean centre clearance. Caitlin Greiser is developing into a special AFLW player before our eyes.
Oh, she really is. And it's like Caitlin Greiser said to Taylor Harris, anything you can do, I can do better. And the response was there. Brilliant work by the Saints.
And an important one for St Kilda as well, to just keep them in touch. As Johnson feeds the ball back to the umpire. Moody and Kelly in the ruck. Loynes went crashing through again, as did Dalton. Opened up a path here for Loynes. Puts it into the path of Edwards. She's got Exon right on her shoulder, just sweating on her, waiting for her to pick up that football. So Edwards doesn't pick up the ball. She does now, and Exon takes her down. And that is a really harsh call.
Yeah, that is.
Because she didn't actually have control of the football until she picked it up.
And I don't think she really understood that call either, did Jess Edwards?
Good effort from McAvoy. Forces the spillage. Vesio inside 50. And Walker gets on the end of it. Walker will launch it long towards the square. 2-on-2. Harris in from the side. Stevens at the back. Sprays it and misses the lot.
Nick Stevens did the right thing, though, staying at ground level. She saw Taylor Harris coming across in front of her. She sat back at the bottom of the pack and got ball to boot, but unfortunately just wasn't on song.
Just hit the wrong side of the football. As O'Neill, deliberate kick towards 50. Vesio went up to try and force a contest in the air. Saints have got numbers at ground level. Greiser will again just throw it on the boot and try to turn the defence around. Harrington, one-on-one with Guttridge. Down goes Pound. She's immediately tackled. Xenos in over the top. Caitlin Greiser working right up the ground, and with that 55-metre kick that she's able to do, she can turn defences around and create for her speedsters to run onto. Kelly in the ruck. Exxon taking the ground. It's been tough in tight tonight. Both teams hurling themselves at every contest as Daniel Harford watches on. Critical game for the Blues, this one. Saints with a chance to put themselves into the finals mix if they can find a way tonight. Dalton to Prespakis. Stevens under enormous physical pressure from O'Neill. Edwards at the back. Went to the voice of Prespakis. Free kick Saints. Maddie Prespakis, 15 touches. Harrington's had 12, going at 100%. Vesely's had 10 and Patrikios 9. The umpires come together to confer. Is it a free kick St Kilda? Yes, it is.
Well, Maddie Prespakis, she's a star. 15 disposals. Not even at half-time. So she's just proving the competition that, yes, you can put a tag on me, but I'm playing beyond my years, and I'm capable enough to break that tag and really have a big influence on games.
Greiser, another strong mark. She'll launch it high towards 50. Lalawifi will make it third up, and Harrington couldn't quite bring it down, but she and Plain and Lalawifi have gelled together beautifully tonight to try and bring the ball out of defence. An awkward one here. A spillage might work Carlton's way. G into the path of Walker, and she'll get a free kick. She was pushed in the back after she got rid of it. But G, Walker and Dalton are really developing a bit of a sixth sense between the three of them, aren't they? Bringing that ball through the middle.
They really are. When you've got them linking up, whether it be by hand or foot on that wing, it's a very dangerous prospect for opposition sides.
Poor kick from G, turns it over. And Alison Brown, the beneficiary. She launches it high inside 50. Mackie comes in from the side, can almost control it at ground level. She runs into Moody and is taken down strongly. Umpire says holding the ball. Said that Mackie tried to fend, and in doing so, that was her prior opportunity. As soon as you throw the fend up, that's considered prior. So it's a free kick to Bree Moody. She shanks it into the corridor, dangerous kick. Kelly at ground level controlled it really well. Tried to step around Walker, puts it into the path of Priest. G takes her down from behind, through the legs of Egan. Drennan feeds it backwards. Walker soccers off the deck, but once again we see Lucas Rod, the defensive anchor at the back. Dillon goes down, picks up the ball, went to the voice of X, and it was smothered off her hands. Dalton will feed it out. Here's a chance for Hosking. Tries to step around Johnson, puts it into the path of Stevens. Half-time at Icon Park. It's an intense contest, this one, with so much on the line for both these teams. The Blues with a 7-point advantage at half-time. They added 1-1 to a goal in that second term as the game started to tighten up. Let's head boundary side. Here's Jack with Katie Loynes.
Katie, two very different quarters then.
Yeah, that one was a little bit more open. You know, they got that outside run and that really troubled us then.
What's going to be the message at halftime?
I think it's just locking in tight. You know, don't let any easy balls get out, and just, you know, we want to bring back our running game. So that would be probably the main message.
High skill, high scoring.
Yeah, it's great. You know, we're really representing women's football really well here. So, no, it's great.
Best of luck. Thank you.
Thanks, Jack. Cheers.
Thanks, Jack. A great recap of the first half with Carlton co-captain Katie Loynes. Her side sitting pretty with a 7-point lead at the main break, but plenty of halftime action on the other side of this break, including a very insightful feature with Madison Prespakis, and we also catch up with injured Saint Tani White.